Go 40 Podcast, episode 44, here with Glenn.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So we're filming this basically a week before we leave on our trip coming up. It's Saturday here in Honolulu, and we leave next Saturday, but this will be posted for viewing about 2 days before we get there on our trip. So when you guys are watching it, we're 2 days out from coming.
Yeah, we're a week out, man. Can't wait.
Yeah, so we land in Manila on Sunday evening, the 7th. We take a direct flight out of Honolulu straight to Manila. And the first night, we're going to stay at the Conrad Hilton. This is a hotel that we enjoy staying at. We don't always stay there the first night. Sometimes we power and just go straight to Angeles. But this time, we're going to take it a little slow, stay there one night, and then head up to AC the next day, which is the 8th. So in regards to the Conrad, me and Glenn love that fucking place.
Yeah, man, it might be one of the nicest hotels, that I've stayed at in the country for sure.
It's definitely the nicest hotel I've ever stayed at. So the Conrad is like Hilton's like high-end version. I don't know how many of them there are, but it's a handful like throughout the world. I think there's like Miami. I know there's one in Tahiti, and I think there's one in Japan, a few other places. But why we like it is Philippine standard. It's expensive, right? It's like $350 to $400 a night, which in the Philippines is extremely expensive. But why we like it is you get a chance to stay at a hotel that probably cost you $2,000, $2,500 in the U.S.
Easily, yeah.
I actually looked at the one in Japan, and it was literally about $2,000 U.S. to stay at the one in Osaka, I believe. So I like staying there in the Philippines because obviously it's an expensive night at $400 for the Philippines, but you get that luxury ass experience. Like
yeah, and it's it's connected to the Mall of Asia, which is pretty nice. I mean, you walk right,
all
into
the food options,
all the options, and there's a nice gym, sauna. It's as luxury as I have ever stayed at.
Yeah, the gym's like the best hotel gym I've ever seen. It's nicer than most gyms that people pay to go to, right?
Yeah,
the best part, there's never anyone in it.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. We're only there one night, but I'm always looking forward to staying at a nice place. So
yeah, usually like if we stay there one night, it's because we're flying out the next day to like Thailand or Vietnam or something. This time we decided just to take it slow because we got a big week in AC, so we're staying there the first night. But normally we stay there on the back end of our trips before we fly out because it's like, 10 minutes to the airport, maybe 15 minutes via Grab or a taxi. So I love that fucking hotel.
What's funny is, what was the hotel right across the street? The one that like before we even knew what the Conrad was, that's kind of how we ended up finding that place, right?
Yeah, no, it's the Micro Hotel by Windham.
Like the one right across the street.
Yeah, no, exactly. We ended up staying there because it was close to the Mall of Asia and the whole Manila Bay setup, which is pretty cool. And we stayed there a couple times, and then we were like, what is this Conrad place?
Yeah, I don't even remember what the price was back then, but it was probably like $100 maybe, less than that a night over at the...
Oh, the Windham,
yeah.
The Micro Hotel? Yeah, it's cheap, probably less than $100. And once we saw the Conrad, I was like, I want to check that place out. And yeah, at first I was like, damn, that's expensive, but I'm glad we tried it years ago. And like that's, like I said, where we always stay, especially before we go home.
Yeah, as much as like I look forward to AC and the good times we have there, it's like these like little things where, I get fired up for too. Staying at, the Conrad's like, it's relaxing, man, and it's nice. And then you have the Mall of Asia, like food-wise and shopping and whatever you want to do. And
yeah, and right across the street's the Manila Bay with like there's like kid rides and restaurants.
Yeah, so if you're into that and you're, obviously you like to go have a good time in Angeles and you're looking for something
close to the airport.
Yeah, check it out. It's if you have the budget for it.
Place to relax at the end of your trip.
Yeah. Anyways, I think it's good that we talk about it because, it's another side of our trips that we.
Yeah, we haven't really mentioned it before, and like we always talk about with the partying, there's like we go there to party because our dollar goes farther, and you can have a massive fun night on a smaller budget than if you tried to here, and that doesn't just mean the partying; it also coexists with like where you can stay. Like I said, it's a $400 a night hotel, which is extremely expensive for the Philippines, but if you stay at a Conrad anywhere else in the world, you're paying crazy money. So it's like an opportunity to have a luxury experience on a smaller budget if you can hack it, right?
Yeah. So, that's like one of the main things. I always tell people when they ask about the Philippines, it's like the hotels and the food, like that's where your money goes, the distance for you. And basically. I mean, you can stay at a shitty hotel in Waikiki for $300 a night, you know.
Oh yeah, I
So
mean definitely. And if you're like I'm a Hilton Honors member. If you travel a lot or you have a Hilton Honors thing, like you can use points to book it. Like we've booked rooms there for I don't know, like 60,000 points and got free rooms there from the status I have from the Hilton Honors thing. So another way to have a cheap night at a super luxurious hotel. And like Glenn was saying, the customer service there is unbelievable. I mean, it's like the kind you call the concierge and you're like, hey, where can I go find some AAA batteries? Where do they sell them close? And they'll be like, how many do you need? And they'll just bring them to your
yeah,
room, type
yeah,
of shit.
that's the shit that's like you you don't experience it every day, right? And so when you go there, obviously you got to spend a little bit of money, but yeah, you could definitely get the treatment. I mean, even when we're there and I mean, we're there and we kind of just do our own thing, but there's all kind of events, and it just seems like I always feel like I don't belong in this place, man. It's too nice.
Well, and there's a mall literally right below it that's not part of the Mall of Asia. It's called the S. Mason Mall, which is a little higher end mall, I guess, than Mall of Asia. It has a few shops, but there's some good restaurants. There's like a Buffalo Wild Wings. There's a Texas Roadhouse Barbecue where I always eat. There's a Japanese restaurant. There's a couple really good spots where you don't even literally need to leave the building. You just take the elevator to the ground floor and you're there. The Mall of Asia has like a breezeway you have to walk across. I call it like a 10-minute walk, if that, to get to the Mall of Asia. And then there's everything in the world in the Mall of Asia.
Yeah. And I mean, on this trip, we're staying at the other Hilton.
Yeah, so on the end of our trip, when we go back before we fly out, the Conrad was actually booked out, completely sold out. So I had to look at something different. So we're staying at it's called the Hilton Newport World Resort, something or other. I think
Yeah, it
it's
looks
just,
pretty nice. I mean,
yeah, and price wise, it's half the cost of the Conrad. It's about $200 a night, but it looks extremely nice. And I guess the whole Newport World Resort is like another mall. It's got that. It almost looks like the Venetian in Vegas. It's got the Venice water
yeah.
where you can get on the little canoes, and there's a mall there, and that's literally right across from Terminal 3. That hotel and that mall. So we're gonna check that one out for the first time.
Yeah, it would be nice to see something different and then give feedback on it and recommend it. And
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna like the Conrad better, but but I'm sure it's nice. But like I said, it's half the price, so sometimes you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then even like when we went to Thailand, the hotel in Bangkok we've stayed at a couple times is the Grand Center Point, which is a pretty nice hotel. Price point, it was about $200 a night, and it's right across the street from Soi 6, and it's connected to a mall, and it's connected to the mass transit train. So that's another place. And then the Hilton Pattaya is another one that's about $200 a night that we've stayed at. That if you're going to go to Pattaya and you can afford $200 a night, like I wouldn't stay anywhere else. That place is fucking amazing.
That one was really nice. The rooftop pool, and I mean, for the most part, these trips, I mean, yeah, they're obviously a good time, and we party and stuff, but obviously I mean, I enjoy the luxury side of it, I guess you could say, and staying at the nice places that I never went to growing up, or I never stayed in a nice hotel here. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, it goes back to the whole mission behind the channel is like, promoting travel and showing how far the dollar can take you, compared to in the U.S. or some other Western countries. So, yeah, Conrad Hilton in Manila is badass. So
yeah.
we're excited. We'll be there in just a week.
Yeah, and if you go to the outer islands, they have the Heenan. We stay at those hotels, and they're pretty nice. I mean, they're nice for those areas. So.
Yeah, Boracay and Bohol, they have the Heenan resorts, which Boracay's got a bunch of them, and Bohol has two. And they're similar price point to that $200 US mark, and that includes breakfast. And well, that reminds me, the Conrad, obviously you don't get a free breakfast with it, but the buffet there is pretty fucking great.
Yeah, it definitely helps out. I mean, you don't have to worry about like where you got to go. Just wake up, go downstairs.
Amazing breakfast buffet, and I think it's open for lunch and dinner as well.
Yeah, I don't know how we started talking about hotels, but I mean, it's good to know. I mean, it's good to share the info that we have. I mean, obviously, we've been to a bunch of different places, so.
Well, for us, like when we land, if we're gonna go straight to AC, it makes a crazy travel day, because it's like we leave Hawaii at 11 a.m. in the morning, and then it's a 10-hour flight, which puts us the next day in Manila around like 6 p.m. But do the math on a 10-hour flight. We took off at 11, so it's basically 9 o'clock our time when we land, and then to take a van to AC is another about 2 hours, right? So it's like you get up there and it's like 11 o'clock your time.
And then you start binge drinking.
Yeah, and then you start, getting all excited and you go out bar hopping, and like before you know it, like you've been basically up, 24 hours, and it kind of wipes you out. So that's why we're going to not go straight there this time. When we're pressed for time and we got a bunch of things planned after Angeles, we always power through and just go. But since this one's just like a week long trip in Angeles with nothing on the back end, we're like, let's just take our time getting there.
Yeah, no, it's going to be good. Hopefully it doesn't go by super fast, but it will.
And we're staying again at the Carousel Hotel, which we've talked about numerous times, staying with our friend Amy, who's the best host in Angeles. And like we've talked about, we like staying there because it's right in the thick of everything. There's the cafe below it, and it's right there on Walking Street, basically in between Atlantis and Dollhouse. So the location's awesome.
Yeah, and they that little cafe, they bring the food upstairs. It's kind of like their
room service.
Yeah, their room service, so it's even better.
So excited to see the Penthouse Hotel. I've never been in that property, and we obviously have the party on the 10th there on the rooftop. So might get them to show us what a couple rooms look like before the party, just to see, for reference sake. Not that we're ever not going to stay at the Carousel, but just so we can share with other people that want to go to AC, if that's a cool place
doesn't
to
Chubbs
stay.
do a lot of videos about different hotels and stuff in AC and on Walking Street and stuff?
Yeah. No, I was chatting with Chubbs today. He's going to meet up with us for
Nice.
for the events coming up next week.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he does a lot of stuff. Like he does hotels, he does restaurants, he also does like rental properties. And I think a lot of guys find their rental properties through him because
That's a good business for him. I mean, he's referring, I'm sure.
yeah, he does. It's transparent. Like he just goes in and shows like what you got, what the price is, and doesn't make some crazy opinion about it. He just basically shows what it is. And
No, that's good.
if you're trying to move there, or you're going to try to stay at a hotel, like you watch Chubbs Dub see his totally informative stuff, and there's no fluff or bullshit behind it. It's just
Yeah,
this
and
is
he's
what it
always,
is. Check it out.
Yeah, and he's always checking out new bars and stuff that are getting renovated or whatnot.
So yeah, excited to see him. He confirmed he's coming. Keith Mackey confirmed he's coming.
Keith, dude, I haven't seen that guy. We haven't seen him since last year.
Yeah, since New Year's of last year. Last time we were there, he was on the mainland. Nikki and Eric are coming. I know AJ will be there. I reached out to him today too. I haven't heard back from him, but I know he lives there, so he'll definitely be there. I reached out to Faith too today.
Cool.
So we'll get all of our content creating friends together for the big night.
Yeah, no, it's just, I think I always say it, but it's, it's always a good time to go there, but it's always good, when you haven't seen people in a while and, obviously go there and have a great time, so.
Yeah, multiple subscribers have commented that they're going to be there, and if you're a subscriber and you come, like when you introduce yourself, please tell us what your handle is on YouTube, because people come up and we meet them and it's like hard to piece the comment to who the person is, because they'll come up and say their name, like my name's Glenn, and it's like, oh, nice to meet you, Glenn, I'm a subscriber. Like, cool. So if you're somebody that comments on our stuff, like tell us what the name is you comment under, so we can thank you for the positive comments and kind of put a name to the comment.
Yeah, no, it'll be good times.
So the other thing I wanted to do is, like, I put out a post earlier basically that says if you're going to come to the party, like, you need to understand the mission. So I figured we'd kind of go down our mission statement. Me and Glenn created this mission statement like 2 years ago, and the funny thing is, like, I haven't read it since we created it, really. And so it's like, it's funny because it's not funny, but it's cool that this was the mission that we started with, and we're still kind of living by that mission. So as it reads, it's a 5-point mission statement, and it's basically called the Single at 40 mission statement. So number 1 is inspire bold living. Encourage individuals to live life to the fullest by stepping out of their comfort zone and embracing new experiences. So that's something we talk about often, right?
Yeah, no, it's always, what we're doing right here is, stepping out of my comfort zone. And
not anymore, though.
Well, yeah, for the most part, I kind of talk a bunch now, but yeah, no, it's good.
But the whole inspiration of bold living, it means, for us, traveling or going to places you haven't been, and whatever you interpret it, whatever works for you, great. It's obviously a vast, meaning, but that's our meaning behind it. Number 2 is value time. Highlight the importance of time as our most valuable asset, motivating people to make the most of every moment. So that one's, even more vast, but it kind of comes down to like the stupid cliche, like YOLO, you only live once, right?
Yeah, no. And we've lived it, firsthand, like with the whole, closure and with COVID, and it's like we were going on these trips, and we were just, we always kind of knew we were going to keep going, and then it just came to a stop, and it's like
That
after,
definitely changed our view on valuing time. I mean, let's keep it like we all have a limited time on Earth, and nobody knows what that limit is. Hopefully, the longer the better, but nobody knows, right?
yeah,
And for me, like, I mean, we've talked. Me and Glenn have this saying, "Nothing lasts forever," and what stuff we've learned through our 40 some years of life is everything comes to an end at a certain point, whatever that may be. So, since we're blessed and in this great place where we can travel a lot and we enjoy it, like with the thought of it never lasts forever, you got to take advantage of it, right?
yeah, definitely. And my mind's completely changed. Like, there's never going to be a time where I'm like, oh, we'll go, let's go, 6 months from now, if we have the opportunity to go in 3 months.
Make it work,
Yeah, like do what we have to do. And so, I mean, yeah, just don't take anything for granted, I guess.
Totally. So the third one is promote travel, which I kind of mentioned in the number one and number two. It all kind of ties into our travels. That's where it came from. So promote travel is showcase how far the U.S. dollar can go in different countries while exploring unique cultures and destinations. And that kind of leads into what we talked about earlier about the Conrad Hotel and, the partying that we do. And even though we always talk about like the haters that talk shit about us, and we're not showing off, we're just showing how much fun you can have on a good U.S. budget, that's you can't do in the U.S. So it's like that's the promotion of travel that we're trying to promote is.
Yeah, no, and I mean for us I never would have thought like going to Vietnam would be an option, right? And just through traveling to the Philippines and then Thailand, like it ended up being, we put a plan together and then we did it. And so, promoting, just obviously going to places you wouldn't think you'd be going to is how I interpret that thing.
So if, like you said, going to Vietnam is no place you ever thought you'd go, and we went. Like I had an experience when the last time we were in Thailand. It was, I think I even mentioned it to you. It just felt normal to be in Thailand because we'd been there a couple times, and
Yeah.
we were walking around Bangkok when we first got there, and it's like, yeah, it's normal to be here, which was a cool feeling,
No, it
'cause
definitely is.
it's like, what we never would have imagined 20, 30 years ago we'd be walking around Bangkok and feeling comfortable and normal because we'd been there before, and that was that was a weird experience, but I was just like, this is awesome, like it's normal to be here.
Yeah, and then like going back to that the T-Lac bar and like recognizing people and obviously the relationships and friends or whatever we made over there, they remembered us. And
That's a perfect lead into number 4. Number 4 is support growth. Help grow the businesses and social media platforms of those who we meet by promoting them through our platform. So that's our 4th mission statement. And obviously the businesses are the top thing that we like to promote. Once we go into a bar or, a club or a restaurant, we like to talk about it and help promote them. Obviously, we're not getting paid by any of these people. It's not, paid sponsorships. Like we just talked about the Conrad Hilton. They haven't given us $1, nor will they. They just take our money.
they definitely take it.
But we're all about promoting the businesses where we have a good time. And obviously, the smaller businesses, it's a bigger help for them when, content creators promote them. The Hilton doesn't really need our fucking help. But, every bar we go into, every restaurant we go into, even the Carousel Hotel, like we're all about promoting that. And then the second part is the social media platforms of those who we meet. Obviously, through the podcast, we've sat down with a few different content creators, from Eric to Chubbs to Mac TV to all these different people, and it's like a lot of them have bigger channels than us, but we're just there to make friends and then have common interests and promote what they're doing. And it doesn't matter if they're small or not. Like we'll sit down with anybody. We just got to find some more people to talk with. But
Yeah, no, and through obviously these experiences, that we've met a lot of like-minded people and people that are obviously really cool and have the same kind of mindset. So it's been a good experience. I mean, I never would have thought even before we met Eric, like we met him in podcast. I mean, he's like, we all consider him like friends now. Like,
yeah, he's one of our boys.
Every time we go to the country, like
For sure.
we definitely hit him up, and the guy is always like, giving us the feedback on our content, and so no, it's good. It's definitely a good experience so far, and those are the type of people that we just want to meet and obviously be friends with. So
Eric's the best. I messaged him earlier today, kind of giving him an update of when we're going to be there, and Eric was out all night. It was about 7 a.m. in the Philippines. It's Saturday afternoon here, and his comment was like, I'll read this tomorrow when I'm just getting home from the bar, basically. And I was laughing because Eric's always going hard, right?
Dude, he goes real hard. I don't know. It's
So
awesome.
then our last one, and probably the most important one, number 5, is give without expectations. We believe in giving selflessly, knowing that the reward we will receive will always exceed what we've given. I mean, pretty self-explanatory, and we've harped on this, through every podcast. And honestly, that's what causes the most hatred towards our channel and the most negative comments is people see us partying and doing money rain, or like they want to say we act like big shots and we think we're cool and all this shit. It's like, no, it's called giving without expectation.
And it also, like, it doesn't necessarily just mean, like, the people that work in these places. Like, I mean, we want to give to everyone, to, like, our friends that we take on trips or friends that have come and, just give them that experience of, we went to Boracay with a big group. Like, a lot of people, never had experienced that. So, and we don't, I mean, I personally wasn't expecting anything from any of these people. It's just as long as everyone had a good time and we went. And so,
No, that's a solid point, because we've brought a couple people along for our travels and funded it or whatever, but it wasn't to have them promote our channel.
no.
It was just to give without expectation, and the friendship we've gotten in return is more worth any fucking dollar we spent on the stupid trip. It's like the
Yeah.
experience, right?
And it goes back to, like, nothing lasts forever. So, and if we can, obviously do it and we have the opportunity to do it, like, why not, right? Like, it's just, a lot of people, get to experience that, and it's a good feeling. It's fun. It's good times.
And even like when we bring all, like, we've invited all these other content creators slash friends we've made over the years to the parties we're gonna have this coming week, and the bar hopping. It's like, it's not about helping them promote. I mean, it is, like we said, helping them promote their channel if they want to film it, but it's more about just the community and the friendship that it's fun. Like, I have a good time partying with Eric and Nikki, like
Yeah.
AJ, like, Faith, all these guys that come with us, like, not to mention, the Angels and the different people that we've met in AC. Like, it's more about building the friendship and the community, which is the most valuable part of it, right?
Yeah, and I mean, like, we got firsthand, like, experience with it. It was like last year when we threw that party at that, like, resort area, and, like, I mean, to be honest, I wasn't sure exactly, like, who was gonna come, or we invited everyone, and how it turned out, it was awesome. I mean, everyone had a great time. Like, we had it catered, and I mean, it was like it was a big event, for the people we had just met those guys too. So it was it's just one of those things. It was a good time. So.
I mean, I honestly think, like, the relationships you build with people are the most important thing in life, because people around you and the relationship you have are what makes the events that you do. It's like, if you don't have fun, people with you that you enjoy, it doesn't really matter what you're up to, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it puts us in a different mindset. I mean, it's probably the reason why we're not, like, commenting on other people's shit, and it just doesn't, like, I mean, if you have that mindset, and you're happy and you're just like, fuck, I'm just, you don't worry about other shit. So
I went to a funeral a few years back, maybe it was about, I don't know, 8-10 years ago, and it was a guy I knew basically through work and through business, and we went to it was like a Catholic type memorial service for the guy. And the church was a big ass church, but it was literally standing room only, right? There were so many freaking people there. And I was sitting next to an older gentleman that I had recently worked with, that tied us obviously to this guy. And me and him are talking, and he, like, looks around. He's like, all life is about is how many people show up to your funeral.
so
And, like,
true.
and I was looking around, there's, like, 1,000 people at this guy's funeral, but that's the kind of guy he was. I mean, I flew from Hawaii to California to go to it because that's the impact the guy had on me. I wasn't going to miss it. And that really hit home when he said that to me, because it's like, yeah, you only live once, right? And you have this, infinite amount of time that you're going to live. And it's like, how many people actually come to, see you off when you pass away? And it's like, if you make good relationships and you've given without expectation and taken care of people, motherfuckers show up, right?
Yeah, it's it. And you go through life and you don't, like, expect, you obviously don't think about, your experiences with people, but that little thing you do to help someone, or maybe, whatever, it was a positive impact. And obviously, like, that guy had an impact on you, for you to be like, fuck, I'm not gonna miss this, right?
Yeah,
So,
100%. And it's like, inspiration's the best gift you can give somebody. And it's like, if you can change somebody's life for the better or just have an impact on it, that's what's so meaningful, right? And I mean, the guy had an impact on me. That's why I went. And it's like, obviously, you're not doing those things so people show up at your funeral, but that's just like, a good analogy of how many people show up. Because at that point, there's nothing more they can do for you, right? And it's
Yeah.
like you're showing up because of the impact they made on your life. So that's our mission statement. So, and we put that post out today. Like, we invite everybody to come join us for these parties, and we look forward to it. And we want to make new relationships and meet new friends. But basically, like, read the mission statement, and if you don't understand it, don't come. Like, this is what we're all about. And if you don't agree with it, then sit back on your keyboard and talk your shit like these other assholes do. And if you agree with it, and that's the way you want to live your life, fucking come join us, because obviously we're going to see eye to eye, and we're going to have a great fucking time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we just posted the last one we did last week, so we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah, we had to get back at some of the negativity and talk shit. We were trying to go a little more positive this time.
Yeah, I mean it's easier to be negative like we were talking last week, but it does take work to be positive or to think of things in a positive eye. So
And nonetheless, man, we're going to go over there next week. We're going to have a couple fucking fantastic nights. We're going to make it count, and we're going to come back and start getting ready to go do it again eventually.
yeah, it's gonna be it's game week. It's gonna be quick, and then hopefully the trip doesn't go super fast, but it'll be good.
Well, you know what we never talked about on the podcast? So me and Glenn got in this situation work-wise where this trip kind of fell into jeopardy at a certain point. And as we've talked about, and Glenn's actually posted videos of what we do, we work in, scrap metal, and every 3 months we load a vessel with all of our cargo or all of our inventory. And for 15 years, it's always been clockwork where we do it every 3 months, and then we usually plan our trips, or we always plan our trips right after the vessel leaves, like a couple days. And so, like, this one was planned for us to leave December 6th. We should have been finishing the vessel about this time, which, is the end of November. And the cargo didn't sell. So me and Glenn were like, oh shit, like the cargo hasn't sold yet. And we started watching it, and it still didn't sell. It still didn't sell. And then we started thinking, like, this thing's going to sell in December, and we're not going to be able to go. So we were walking on eggshells, nervous about it. We kept going with the podcast and the plans, but we were at a certain point where, like, what if this doesn't happen? And
Yeah, that was I was like getting stressed out about it, thinking like, fuck. Just because obviously I want to go on this trip.
Oh, exactly. And, like, obviously we would have just rescheduled and done it all, but we didn't want to have to do that. We didn't want to talk about it until we knew we either weren't coming or we were coming, 100%. And now we know we're coming 100%. So just a funny story behind what me and Glenn were stressing off of for the last, like, call it a month, maybe.
Yeah, no, especially in our industry, it was kind of a rare thing not to have that thing sell. So
Yeah, and to this point, it's still not sold. So hopefully we get it done in early January, and then we can get back on our cadence of traveling again. Obviously, we won't go right after the vessel this time, but
yeah, because basically the way we've been going is like once we have everything scheduled, then we kind of start planning our vacations and kind of getting everything rolling and like booking hotels and stuff. But yeah, I guess we got to kind of wait it out a little bit. So
yeah, we'll just have to wait to see when the next cargo is sold. So the way we always do it is once we have an idea, like I said, for 15 years, we always had an idea. Now we don't, but once we have a vessel, then what me and Glenn do is we pick dates, and it's usually, anywhere from 3 to 4, 5 days after the vessel should sail. And we pick the dates we want to go. That's the first thing we do. Then we what we call the main flight. We book the main flight, which is obviously Honolulu to Manila. And then we start filling in the blanks on what we want to do in between. Is it Angela City? Is it Thailand? Is it Vietnam? And then slowly we'll book the hotels and the inner island flights in the Philippines, or the international flights if we're going somewhere else. And that's kind of how our trips come to life. But we always book the first big flight and then figure it out how we want to play it out from there.
yeah, so I'm happy that this one's coming. This one's gonna go through.
So one correction about the bar hopping, which we've talked about on the last few podcasts. I didn't realize that Atlantis is closed on Mondays, and we planned this bar hopping night for Monday. So Atlantis is not going to be part of the bar hopping, unfortunately, just because they're not open. And I reached out to the manager, and he said, yeah, they're not open on Mondays. He said a lot of bars are closed on Mondays. For us, if Walking Street's busy or not doesn't matter. And obviously we'll go where it's open. And like we like to say, we bring the party. So we're not too worried about it being slow on a Monday night or some places being closed. We know Carousel's open. We know Crystal Palace is going to be open. We know Sky's going to be open. So those are obviously the places we're going to plan on going, and possibly sneak in another place in between Crystal Palace and Sky, but we'll play that by ear. So unfortunately, Atlantis won't be part of it, but we'll bring the party wherever else we're at.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that probably Dollhouse also, right? Because
Well, Dollhouse is still under renovation.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think it's even going to be open. So
Yeah, so probably on the next trip we'll make our way into those places. So.
yeah, we'll make a Dollhouse Atlantis bar hopping night out of it. You know, like
Yeah.
we'll go to both of those and we'll plan it out and get everyone involved and help promote that business because we love those places. So that's all I got pretty much for today.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, try to get this thing posted this week, and then we'll be on our way.
Yeah, hopefully you can get it posted Friday, which would be Saturday in the Philippines, the day we're about to take off from here, and we can land in Manila with all of the comments and fire back at the haters.
Yeah.
But that's it. We'll see you guys on December 8th. Thanks
All
for
right.
watching.
Thanks, guys.